Science meeting for an action alert. On Saturday there was a mayoral candidate forum on the Upper East Side, and Quinn was there, Bill de Blasio, Bill Thompson, and John Liu. And the Upper East Side, the Upper East Siders were asking the candidates about a marine transfer station. A marine waste transfer station. So waste transfer station, for those who aren't familiar, is a place where the collection vehicles, garbage collection vehicles that you see on your street, they take the garbage there, they dump it, it gets sorted, processed, and loaded into 18-wheelers for export out of the city, normally to a landfill in Virginia or Pennsylvania, upstate New York. And the Upper East Side is fighting tooth and nail against the retrofit and reopening of the marine transfer station at East 91st Street. And when the candidates were asked about their position on the East 91st Street Waste Transfer Station, Quinn stood up, booed basically by the whole room, but stood up and said, this is an important and vital piece of infrastructure for the city. It's going to mean benefits not only for Manhattanites, but for the entire city, because it's going to remove trucks from the roads, because we're going to be putting on barges instead of trucks. And a single barge can handle as much waste as 28 tractor-trailer trucks can carry. So I just want to give a quick overview of the solid waste management plan. So in 2006, the city passed the solid waste management plan. Mayor put it to the city council approved it. Two of the people sitting on the city council at that time were Bill de Blasio and John Liu, who were both supportive of the plan at the time. You can see that Newtown Creek, which is right here, these little red dots are the land-based transfer stations. The yellow dots are the rail-based transfer stations, and these nice little ships are the marine transfer stations. And Newtown Creek, within a quarter mile of Newtown Creek, there's 19 waste transfer stations handling approximately 40% of all the city's waste that's moving through waste transfer stations. And as opposed to Manhattan, there's one marker here, which is the Con Ed plant at 14th Street that doesn't really handle any waste. So Manhattan doesn't handle any of its own waste. And so the East 91st Street transfer station is going to move us toward a more equitable waste management system where each neighborhood is taking care of its own waste to the furthest extent possible. If the East 91st Marine Transfer Station doesn't open, it means that those trucks will continue to come to neighborhoods like South Bronx, Newtown Creek, etc., which means we'll continue to experience massive volumes of truck traffic. Just a quick shot at this one too. So what we're asking is that not only they finish what they started with the 2006 solid waste management plan, implement it, build out the marine transfer stations, but also reduce capacity one for one. So if there's a ton of garbage being handled at a marine transfer station, then take that out of Brooklyn Community District 1, Bronx 1 or 2, or Queens 12. And this is what that would look like in terms of truck traffic. And that's why I say it's not only a benefit to the communities around Newtown Creek, but for the whole city, because we're basically reducing truck trips by more than half. And so this is, the relative volume is in orange, and it would be reduced to the green. So real quickly, I'm going to be talking, me and a couple of my colleagues are going to be talking next. Feel free to step outside for a moment and make a call. If you flip over to the back of your agenda here, you'll see there's talking points. And these are the talking points. My name is blank, I represent blank, and I urge you to publicly support the retrofit of the East 91st Street Marine Transfer Station. So you could read these over, not too controversial. I think it's pretty cut and clear. This is a case of folks on the Upper East Side not wanting to handle the garbage that their own community produces. So please do. I called early this afternoon. John Liu got a message. Bill de Blasio's office, they picked up. And Bill Thompson, you got to talk pretty quick because they cut you off about 20 seconds in. So I really do urge you to just make the calls. It'll be pretty quick. And if you wouldn't mind, if you do manage to make the calls tonight or after the meeting, if you wouldn't mind writing your name down and just checking off who you called and handing it back to me so we can keep track. Because it's really important to hold these candidates accountable. And also, we're working on a joint letter where we're going to ask, thank Quinn for basically standing up for what's really right and what de Blasio and Liu were all for until they got into a room of Upper East Siders. And without further ado, we will continue with the citizen science.
If anybody doesn't have an agenda, I have a few more